Hey guys, Luna's over there taking a nap, but today I am going to be making a video. I haven't made a video in a while since I did my labor and delivery video, but in this video it's going to be kind of a series, so I didn't want to talk about in one video my whole postpartum experience because there's a lot that has been going on and that has went on during this whole, how long has it been? 7 weeks, I think. So I wanted to separate it into videos, especially so if anybody is looking for more information when it comes to postpartum, you can just go to like a specific topic, and then also it won't be like the longest video in the entire world. So in this video I'm going to be talking about the hospital experience that I had after I gave birth to Luna. So as far as the hospital experience, if you guys, like I said, if you didn't see my labor and delivery video, I will put a link to that on the screen and you should definitely check that out. In that video I did talk about the fact that I did tear, I think it was a 2-inch tear. I tore backwards. I know some people tear up like into their vagina, I guess, or like more towards the front part of their vagina, and then some people tear backwards. I did have a tear on my labia, which my OB had asked me if I wanted to get that stitched up because it was more like a cosmetic thing, but I just was like, hey, you're already down there, why not? So after I gave birth to Luna, I got stitched up. I didn't feel anything. I did have the epidural, so that was awesome because I didn't feel any pain when she was sewing me up, and that took about like, I feel like it took maybe like an hour or so because I was doing skin to skin, or maybe like 30 minutes. I think maybe it took like 30 minutes, and then the next 30 minutes I was doing skin to skin with Luna, and one of the nurses, Nurse Leah, my favorite nurse, she came in and helped me start breastfeeding her, and she did a great job. I'm gonna talk about breastfeeding in another video. So like I said, we were in the room, just me, Chris, and Luna, just kind of enjoying the time, and it was really peaceful and really nice. After the hour was up from me doing skin to skin and just kind of hanging out with Luna, one of the nurses from the nursery in the hospital came in to take Luna so she could like wash her up and weigh her and all that jazz, and Chris went with her. She actually ended up being in the nursery for longer than I thought she was going to be. She had gotten a bath, cleaned her off and all that, weighed her, and did all the tests that they do, I guess. And I guess after her bath, her body temperature went down more than they would have liked to, so they kept her in there under some like heating lamps or something to get her body temperature back up. So she was in there for a while. After I gave birth, I was definitely out of it. I was running off of, I think, 4 hours of sleep in the last 48 hours, and on top of that I had morphine the day before, and then that day I had the epidural. After they took Luna to the nursery, she came in and gave me Percocet and Motrin. So yeah, I was definitely out of it. So like my recollection of the sequence of events that happened is a little bit blurred. My mom came in and they wanted to like kind of let me rest a little bit to wait for the epidural to start wearing off, because when they took her to the nursery I still couldn't feel my legs at that point. I was getting like the little pins and needles feeling. Unfortunately it didn't wear off completely. Being the nurse came in, Nurse Leah, and she was like, do you think you can go to the bathroom? Because I did have a catheter, so they wanted to make sure that I could pee obviously after taking that out. And I was like, yeah, I can go to I can get up, because I mean laying there I could feel my legs again, like I could wiggle my toes, but I didn't realize that that didn't exactly mean that I could hold up my weight. I tried to get up from bed and she was like holding me, kind of like helping me stand up. And right when I like got off the bed, I just like started like falling, and I like tried to take a few steps, and then she ended up just being like, okay, we're just gonna sit you down. I sat down on the end of the bed, and she brought out this little chair that has a toilet on it. Now this is embarrassing, kind of, but I mean, at that point my modesty wasn't really, it was kind of out the window. So when she brought the little toilet chair over, she kind of helped me move over it, but I was still numb and my vagina was still numb, so I started peeing on the floor accidentally. So that happened. So we went to the recovery room and I was in there for like a good amount of time. I think my mom was in there with me for a while. This part is where it starts to get like a little confusing. Luna was still in the nursery with Chris and they were in there for a while. It ended up being Chris's brothers and their girlfriends came to the hospital and they were kind of out there watching, like looking at her through the little window and stuff, and my dad and my brother were out there too. I think another nurse came in and showed me how to go to the bathroom. So basically going to the bathroom after you have a baby is like a whole long process. I don't know if it's the same when you have a C-section or if you have a vaginal birth and you don't tear or anything like that, but I did tear, and of course you're bleeding and stuff like that. So the things that I had to do was very long and extensive, and still my bathroom going routine is longer than normal people's would be. So the first time I went to the bathroom, the nurse helped me to the bathroom and she said the next few times that you need to go to the bathroom, just call me, and she would help me go to the bathroom. I had those mesh underwear. When you are first using the bathroom, I think it's like the first day or like the first few times you use the bathroom, they had me like pee in this like little bowl type of thing to like measure, I think they were like measuring the clots or like the amount of blood that I was having. But basically when I had to use the bathroom, I had to fill up a little bottle full of water. I should have brought it with me, but anyway, it's a little like squirt bottle. You pee and then you can spray yourself with that, and I love that so much. Like I feel like I'm gonna use that for a really long time, like even when I'm on my period and stuff. You know, like you just feel dirty sometimes, and I felt real dirty after I gave birth. But anyway, and then you will pat dry with some toilet paper. I kind of would alternate between like wipes and toilet paper. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of enjoyed those giant pads because I didn't worry about leaking anywhere. And then I also had this spray that was kind of like an anesthetic type of spray, so it was like a numbing spray, and you were actually only supposed to do that like a few times, but I ended up doing it like every time I would use the bathroom because it just felt great. So that was the whole process of using the bathroom, which was really annoying. Like I said, the whole sequence of events I don't exactly remember, but I remember the things that happened. So at one point, Chris's family came in and my whole family was there, except for my sister. A few people got to hold her and stuff, and I was just exhausted. I was so out of it, and I don't think I was in any pain at that point because I was consistently taking medication. My mom went back and she was bringing us stuff like, well, me things to eat because I do have a restricted diet, so there wasn't really very much that I could eat in the hospital. Okay, sorry about that. I now have Luna here with me, and she's just gonna chill while we are finishing this video. After I gave birth, I heard that a lot of people were like really famished afterwards, just because, I mean, you just gave birth. It's basically like running a marathon. I found that I was the exact opposite. Like I didn't want to eat at all, which was so weird because I hadn't eaten since the dinner that I had the Saturday night. So I wasn't really that hungry, but I knew that I needed to eat something. And my mom was going to bring me like dinners and stuff like that. Luckily, we had gone grocery shopping the Saturday afternoon that we came back from the hospital the first time. So we did have a lot of stuff at home that Chris actually went back to just pick up like a few snacks and stuff that I could eat in the hospital. But like I said, I wasn't really that hungry. So the hospital stay in general was really nice, to be honest. I mean, it wasn't like the most glamorous experience in the entire world, but I really loved like all of my nurses except for maybe one. Pretty much every like 2 hours or so there would be a nurse that would come in and check my blood pressure, and at the beginning there was a nurse that would come and check like my stitches. It wasn't really that annoying. I think it probably would have been more annoying if I was asleep but I really didn't sleep at all. I think I slept for all of 2 hours the 2 days I was there. So in 4 days I got like 6 hours of sleep. I think a lot of it was because we actually did decide to keep Luna in the room with us. The nurses kept asking if we wanted to have her stay in the nursery just so I could get like a few hours of sleep, and they would bring her in to feed so I could feed her. But I don't know, I just wanted her in the room with me. And the first night was rough. She screamed I don't know what it was, but that first night was rough. We haven't really had a night that rough since then. Like I said, the nurses would come in like every few hours to ask how I was doing, ask if I needed anything. And while I was in the hospital, like I said, I was taking Percocet and 800 milligrams of Motrin every few hours. And then also to help with swelling, I was getting ice packs, and that was really, really nice, especially because I was so incredibly swollen, Sometime Sunday evening, I think it was maybe like around 6 o'clock or something like that. It was a little bit later. It was after everybody left and stuff. But I did take a shower, and that was really nice. It was really hard for me to get to the bathroom, and it was probably, I think it was the most difficult shower I've ever taken in my life, just because I was so sore and just everything just felt just not too great. But taking the shower did help a little bit. Just feeling clean was really nice. I did go to a kind of class, I guess. It was like a discharge class before we left. I think it was on Monday, sometime Monday afternoon. We had to take the class, and it was just about like when to call the doctor for your baby, how to care for yourself, as far as like breastfeeding or you know, just your body in general, like things that could be happening. Say hi. She has a diaper on right now, cloth diaper. But we were just outside, so I had her a little half naked, so you wouldn't be hot. And a few times during the time that we were at the hospital, Luna did go to the nursery. I think it was mainly on Monday night that she went to the nursery a few times. I know her pediatrician came in and checked her and I guess made sure everything was okay and stuff. Like I said, everything is really a blur. Like, I don't even honestly remember any of the conversations that I had with anyone when I was there. And then we ended up leaving the hospital on Tuesday afternoon, and that was rough because I was definitely starting to feel things. As far as stuff that I brought to the hospital, Chris actually didn't bring my bag up until I think either Monday morning or like Sunday night. So if that tells you anything, I don't think I changed out of my hospital gown. I changed into a new one after I took a shower, obviously. But I don't think I changed out of a hospital gown until like Monday afternoon. They were still checking me and stuff, so it was just a lot easier to have that on. And honestly, I didn't get out of bed very much. So that's pretty much it as far as my experience in the hospital. Overall, it was a really good experience. It wasn't like traumatizing or anything like that. And the nurses were really nice. Other than that first night, she was really great. So we were very, very lucky. That's pretty much it for this part of the video. If you guys would like to hear about what went on after we got home from the hospital, then you guys can see that in the next video. I'll see you guys later. Love you. Bye.